Hey guys, Sniper here. So, this week's challenge is to talk about some obstacle that we've faced and overcome. Um, for those of you who've actually been watching the last couple of videos, 2 videos, 3 videos, who am I? How long have I been doing this? I talk about sad shit every single week, and I feel kind of silly making another one of those videos, especially while wearing my stupid Paris hat, which says I'm a tourist, please mug me. So this week, to talk about the biggest obstacle I ever overcame, we are gonna talk about the motherfucking SATs. Alright. So the SATs, for those of you not living in the US or who live in the US under a rock, are the big-ass standardized test that you have to take your junior or senior year of high school. Some people take it earlier, but most people take it those 2 years. And that basically determines your future, or did for the last few years. As the system's changing, we are focusing a lot more on other pursuits like extracurriculars, academic background, yada yada, more than taking a test, but the SATs still are in some places and have been for a long time a huge factor of getting into college. So, as some of you may know, I don't really, I'm not a college student yet. As sort of one of the babies of the Newsies clan, I am still a junior in high school, and I haven't even taken the official SAT yet. But you know what I do with my life when I'm not fucking selling papers? I study the fuck out. I study for the SATs. It's like, those are the 3 things I do. I study, I make videos, and I sell papers. So, basically, the SATs, they focus on 3 main things. Critical reading, writing, and math skills. And there's also an essay portion, but no one gives a shit about the essay portion. So, critical reading and writing are pretty much the same thing. They're both questions that test your knowledge of a passage or longer page or so of writing, or that test your ability to check grammatical mistakes, context clues, that kind of bullshit. Now, if any of you can tell by my general vernacular, I suck at that kind of thing. I am literally only good at math. That's it. Like, you can ask me to proofread your essay, and I can guarantee I will add like 5 or 6 commas that don't need to be there per sentence. But if you give me, polynomials, never-ending curve of tomatoes, I can do that shit. That's my shit. Now, most people who sell newspapers generally don't go on to be engineers, but I'm gonna break the mold here. So studying for the SAT has not actually involved doing much math. It's involved a shit ton of reading and grammar and all sorts of Englishy bullshit. Am I allowed to swear on these? Really hope so. Cover the ears of those precious children who for some reason have not learned to swear yet. But to study for the SATs, I have been forced to read so much, and despite this little corner of a bookshelf you see back here, I don't read. I'm not a reader. Like, that's not my shit, okay? I sell newspapers, I don't read them. But here's some of the crazy bullshit I've been forced to read, as I duck out of the frame for a moment. Saints of New York. Detective novel? Probably. It's got, like, a hard-bitten detective. He lives in New York. He's not actually a saint. It's freaking difficult. Look at how small the print in this thing is. We've got Saints of New York. We've got a completely disorganized bedroom. The Nazi years, the book of primary source documents. I like history in general, but what is this? What is all of this? It's got underlines and highlights and shit. Since when am I this studious? Flowers for Algernon. I was supposed to return this to the library last month. Still haven't finished it. Crazy English, the only possible thing that can amuse you when you're dying of grammar-related bullshit. I haven't read half of these yet. I'm taking the SATs in 2 weeks. So you can't exactly say I overcame this, but we took a practice test in my SAT prep class that I take at night, because I'm, secretly one of those night students. I don't look intelligent, but I go to classes when all of you are sleeping. So during my SAT prep class, we took a practice test. And I kind of hate practice tests because bubble standardized testing, the weird environment, the fact that everyone else around you is also as dead as you are. But I got my results back this weekend. And just for some quick bullshit background kind of thing, the SAT is scored out of 2,400, and each section is worth 800 points, plus the essay, which is worth up to 12. I don't get it either, but it basically, you have to be really good at your particular subject area to get a good score in that subject area. And ideally, if you want to go to an Ivy League school or some other actual good college, you need to have a pretty high SAT score, or you did a few years ago. As I've said, the system's changing. But my math scores, they're good. We don't need to dwell on it. Reading critical kind of sucked. But my writing score, as someone who does not read, does not write, I can do both, I just don't like doing it, motherfucking 790 out of 800. What up? Biggest obstacle overcome. And this is my crazy shouty video in which I distinctly do not talk about anything sad for the first time in 3 prompts. What up? Have a good weekend, y'all. Sniper out.